So you want to start a side hustle. Well, my name is Mike, and since 2015, I've worked in this side hustle, this gig economy, working most every single major app and niche, thousands and thousands of trips and transactions in multiple marketplaces. And in this video, I have just four questions that you're going to answer it at the end of this video, and you're going to have a much better idea where to start and how to choose your side hustle. Number one, how much time do you have? And surprisingly, let's say food delivery, for instance, and the number one most popular food delivery side hustle working on DoorDash as a DoorDash dasher. And even that company says most of their drivers or dashers are driving basically 5 hours a week or less. So not a ton of time. We're not talking an extra 10, 20 hours, but maybe you do have that. So let's think about, okay, how much time do I have and how flexible am I with that time? And I say that because let's say you want to do parcel delivery with Amazon Flex. That app, if you're doing warehouse runs, you're going to go to the Amazon warehouse and deliver to customers, requires you to sign up for a shift. So you're going to have more open time, signing up for, let's say, minimum of a 3-hour shift, 4 hours, 4.5 hour shifts. Versus maybe you're like those stats that DoorDash said, and hey, I only have an hour or two after work. I don't have a lot of time. I can only spend 8 hours a week. Then you're going to want to look at a side hustle that you can go online, you can go offline and take those respective requests when you do have some free time. And then number two, think about this. What type of work do you even want to do? Can you use a personal vehicle? Do you even have a vehicle? Or is this something that you really need to do from home? Maybe family obligations, what have you, one car household, etc. Now, if I told you, okay, well, there's grocery delivery. You can shop as a grocery shopper and then deliver. There is a package delivery, like I said, with Amazon Flex, but you got to go to a warehouse. You can do GoPuff, which is a similar kind of warehouse thing, then you deliver. You can do rideshare, really one of the original OG side hustles, but then you're interfacing with someone in your personal vehicle. Well, you can work from home, right? Doing surveys. There's a lot of different side hustles. So I need you to think about, all right, what type of work do I want to do? Because another point here, some are, pretty much a lot more labor intensive than others. And we're kind of hinging on Amazon Flex, I guess. But with that, it's a lot more stops per hour, in my opinion, than, let's say, rideshare or food delivery. And I am loading and then, of course, unloading and delivering packages in envelopes versus just, staying in my car with rideshare completely, or just delivering food with food delivery, of course. Thinking of another example that I did in San Diego, California at the time. So if your marketplace has those electric scooters, you can get paid to harvest and deploy those electric scooters. I did it on the Lime platform, but again, labor intensive. I got to find them. I got to load those kind of heavy, awkward things into my vehicle. I have to take them out of my vehicle in my, garage, my home, wherever I'm plugging these things in. And then, yes, repeat the process backwards, put it back in your vehicle, and then deploy them in the morning the next day. I mean, another kind of OG side hustle, flipping items. So I don't have to manage passengers. I don't got to go to a warehouse. I don't have to bounce around to restaurants, and I'm more in control of those items, my inventory, possibly flipping for a higher earnings margin than some of the other side hustles. But then I have to contend with, all right, how am I going to source the items right? Different kind of work that you have to consider. Number three, that's honestly really important, but I need you to do your own research on. So listen to this. It's what's the busiest app, or apps niche in your marketplace. Now, if this is new to you, that's why you're watching this video, how to even decide on a side hustle. Let me give you a framework. So if you're in a small, a medium, or a large size marketplace, obviously the population, the demographic is going to influence what's available, right? And what your demo, what the popular app or niche is in your marketplace. But here's a framework. Just the most popular apps and niches themselves. Rideshare is always pretty popular, right? It's a staple of kind of an ecosystem, most metro marketplaces. And again, there's another thing, metro or a rural driving or working area. So consider that too. But Generally, rideshare and then food delivery, right? That's kind of the staple side hustles of an actual infrastructure. So transportation, food delivery, and then probably you can lump in maybe parcel delivery as well. But as I mentioned, with that demographic and your populace, I mean, I'm here in Pittsburgh and then I lived in San Diego, like triple the population size. So there's more opportunities, more different segments of my marketplace, possibly more apps and niches that might not be as popular in a smaller marketplace. And then thinking about your population at large, right? Okay, maybe I do want to do food delivery. Well, it kind of stands to reason if I'm at a small marketplace, let's say, if I'm doing food delivery, I mean, how many restaurants and then customers are there versus a massive like 3 million county population like San Diego? And then number 4, directly relating to your money. I mean, that's why you're doing this, right? It's to make money. There's a very small percent of people that do this for really any other reason, but you know, how much extra money can I make here? And that's, do you need money now or later? And it seems like a silly question, right? If you're doing a side hustle, you're like, well, I want to make money now. But think about this. So I'm looking into real estate as a long-term venture. You got to build up some capital at least. I have to educate myself pretty deeply to make sure I'm doing this thing correctly before I would purchase my first income property. That is something where like, hey, I don't need money necessarily now. It is an investment and that's going to accrue. That's going to earn me money over time. I got to do all the steps first versus I need money like this week, right? And actually I did a video how to earn money in like 24 hours a week, a month, etc. But let's say a lot of the food delivery platforms, and honestly, most of the more macro appealing platforms, so, you know, Parcel and even grocery, they have cash out options where you can get money basically same day. Just, you know, look at the app. Sometimes there's a small fee for doing so, but at the minimum, you're getting paid weekly for that side hustle. You can sign up and get active. Listen to this. You can get activated on food delivery apps, Parcel, and yeah, I'd say, you know, grocery, Instacart, and Shipt. You can get activated on those background checks sometimes as fast as, you know, 1 or 2 business days. Now, on average, keep in mind, you know, a background check, I'd say 7 to 10 business days to be safe. But sometimes, yes, you can get activated pretty quickly and possibly drive like the next day. And then just another example of a long-term play, because I do think a lot of this is short to midterm, and that's fine. But a long-term play for me would be my investing portfolio. So that's something over time, because I'm not throwing down like, you know, $2,000, $3,000 a month. I'm doing this over time, but I'm setting up recurring investments. I think that is super smart. I would start small, if anything, you know, whatever you can allocate, stocks, ETFs. I'm not a financial planner. Okay. This is not investing advice, legal advice, what have you, but a monthly plan makes it mandatory and allows you to think, all right, that money's already leaving. So I don't have to worry about that. You know, X amount of dollars, again, whatever makes sense for you. It's already being allocated to stocks, ETFs, what have you. And that is more of a accruing, appreciating asset play for me long-term. So listen, if you can answer just these 4 questions, I guarantee it's going to be 10 times easier finding a side hustle with tons of different side hustles. Can we try here? Amazon Flex, Shipt, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart, Spark, Lime, like we meant, there's a lot. There's a Roadie, there's Monolo, there is GoPuff. I'm trying to think of some more, but listen, this is all I do. I help you make money in different side hustles. Subscribe if you would like to do that, making money from a side hustle. I appreciate that. Hey, if this video helped you out, drop a like, and you can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.